Hello, all you beautiful people. This is Intentional Healing, and I am Nicole Bridger. So today, I want to talk about this idea that I hear often is, why is God punishing me? It's not an easy topic, and a lot of triggers come up when we start using words like God. So please, for this next little while, wherever you need to replace the word God with something that works better for you, please do so. This conversation is applicable to whatever faith you were brought up with. And I encourage you to join me with an open mind and an open heart, and see what comes up. But before we begin, like always, taking a deep breath and allowing yourself to just be here for these next few moments together. Whatever's calling your attention out there in your day will still be there when we're done. So this is a very common feeling. I've done everything right. I've been a good person. Why am I being punished? And actually, it's a belief that my mom carries, that I've seen in her. When something bad happens, and like the big ones, like, why do I deserve to be punished? And she's almost carrying a kind of resentment toward God. Though I'm not sure just how faithful she is. She was brought up Anglican, and but now, never attends church. And as a family, we were the kind of family that attended church on Easter and Christmas. But we were not a religious family. The interesting thing, though, about beliefs is that they can be carried through your heritage, through your lineage, passed down generations to generations to generations, where sometimes we're carrying a belief that we don't necessarily understand where it comes from or agree with it. My own experience with the church, I went back to the church in my teenage years, kind of seeking where is my God, the God that I was experiencing. And after a few years, I decided to leave because the God that I was experiencing was not the same as the God that they were teaching. The God that I could feel, and please, if you want to replace God with spirit, something that's, universe, something that just doesn't trigger you quite the same way, then please do. It took me a long time to heal the word God for myself, so I understand. But I had to leave because the God that they were teaching was one that was full of judgment, that was using guilt and fear as a way to manipulate. And my God was full of love and compassion, wisdom. And it's interesting when you look at religions, the principles and the values are really good. The teachings are good. It's just that over such long periods of time, they have been construed by other human minds who also have their own fears and brokenness. So then you begin to have generations that are teaching these beautiful philosophies and values, but from a place of fear and judgment, and using guilt and fear to get people to follow the faith. The interesting thing that I have come to know is that out there in the universe, there is no good or bad, which is what our human minds have been conditioned to learn. Oh, that's good, that's bad. When I do something good, I am rewarded. When I do something bad, I'm punished. And so, because that's our human experience, we want to apply the same philosophy to that that's happening out there in the great unknown, let's call it. And then we think when something bad happens that we must have done something bad to deserve this. I'm being punished for something. Or, why am I being punished? I have only done good. I've been trying to be such a good person. Why is God punishing me? So the interesting thing is that, it's not like there is somebody out there that is judging your every move and deciding when you deserve to be praised and when you deserve to be punished. Energetically, our souls came here to learn specific lessons. And it is our sort of divine right, if you will, to do what we will with those lessons. We can either let them take us down or help us grow and learn. So just like sometimes you need to say no to a child or take something away in order for them to learn a lesson, or even that thing is not good for them. It's not for their higher purpose. Like, take something simple like candy. The child wants the candy. They're not thinking about what's healthy for them. They're just thinking about what they want. But you, as the parent, can decide what amount of candy that you feel is healthy for this child, that's best for them. And so when the candy is taken away, the child feels like they are being punished. And so many of us use candy as a kind of reward for our kids. So we're really building that belief that when I do something good, I'm rewarded, and when I do something bad, it's taken away. I mean, how many of us threaten to take things away as a way to control? So my point is that comes from our mind self, not from our true spirit soul self, which is connected to the infinite wisdom that is God, that is the unknown. And that the lessons, though, when you're facing something really challenging, I know it's really hard, and I know it can hurt, and it can feel like someone is punishing you. But the only reason that we experience uncomfortable things that I'm going to call contrast is for us to find the clarity on the other side. Through any and every contrasting experience, there is clarity. And it is your choice if you are going to fall into victim mode about that contrast, or if you're going to lean in with curiosity and see what it's about and where you could also grow and learn, expand yourself. Circling back to my mom, where she feels God is punishing her, when really the things that have happened in her life, though incredibly painful, are there as an opportunity for her to heal and learn. Sometimes, though, in life, it feels too difficult for us to go there. And so we just stay in our modes of work harder, do better, whatever it is that your mode is. And I hope that if you also have this kind of feeling sometimes of being punished by God or the higher spirit, that perhaps you can start to go into it with a sense of, I wonder what this is about. What is this trying to teach me? What have I forgotten about my true soul self? That I brought this in to show me. You are drawing in the contrast. Your soul, the universe, is constantly trying to get your attention, to see where you have forgotten that you are pure love just as you are, that you are God. All of us. God is not something that we can only access through somebody else who's more spiritual. God lives in us, in our soul. God surrounds us in all living things. And that higher wisdom speaks to us all the time through challenging situations, trying to help us learn our lessons of this lifetime, and remember who we truly are. And just in the same way that a child might feel that a parent is not on their side and doesn't understand them, when really you have always been there supporting them, it is the same with the universe. Though when we are being served those really tough lessons, to open up and see that actually the universe is supporting us, trying to guide us to the truth of who we are. And starting to feel those uncomfortable situations more like nudges back to ourselves, back to our truth, back to that infinite wisdom and interconnectedness. The best way I can describe that soul self is that it's just a feeling of pure love, what feels really good, without fear, without judgment. And the more you can connect to that part of yourself through meditation, through doing activities that feel good, the more you are connecting to your soul self, to God in the universe, so that you will be able to start understanding the messages that are trying to come through. So you can start hearing the guidance instead of just feeling like you're constantly being punished. I know that this is not a comfortable conversation, but I hope that there's something in there that I've said that can help loosen that for you and start opening up to some possibilities and allowing healing to come in. I thank you so much for this time together. It's been an interesting journey for myself, coming to a place of peace and harmony with the idea of God, or the words and beliefs around it. Please, if you have thoughts or questions, you can find me on my website, NicoleBridger.com. And I thank you again. Have a blessed, blessed day.